Very good morning, all of you, and Happy New Year. Actually, we have celebrated our New Year also. We have entered in 2021, and today, in this previous session, in this previous video, as we have already completed our chapter number 7, that is HTML. Today in this session, we will start a new chapter, that is looping statements in a QBase. Basically, you guys have to go through, come across in this chapter. The below of that chapter, actually they have written it's an optional chapter. Means only in your class you have only 7 chapters. And it's depend on up to you or up to us that whether we have to cover it up or just we have to skip it. So I feel actually we should have to complete this, and then once we complete this chapter, then we will move for the revision one. So in this session, in this video, just have a look about the looping statement in a QBase. Basically, it is one of the programming languages also where the user will write some program, user will write some code, and by executing that program, by executing that code, some desired output will be generated, some desired output will be observed, desired output will be covered. So in this session, looping statements, as in the previous classes also, maybe actually you have not an idea about the different programming languages. Actually in our class, no any fundamental concepts regarding any programming language. In class 8 also means there is some fundamental concepts, there is some programming concepts. Actually we have to come across, we have to refer that in the programming concepts. But in your class it is not there. Anyway, suppose if it's not there also, you guys don't have to get bothered, don't have to get panicked about it. So just have a look, just have an introduction, it's introductory part, let us have a discussion about it. As all of you would know that there are the different programming languages which is available in the market, and with the help of that, just user or developers actually they are writing some program, they are writing some code, and then they will try to get some desired output. So in this QBase also there are the different looping statements. So you guys maybe some common sense it will apply if we make some analysis of the looping statements. Suppose this is the different principle, this is the different fundamentals which is used in any programming language. So as we have the different programming languages like C, C++, or means and Java programming is also there, means Python programming, HTML, means there are the multiple programming languages are available in the market. And basically what is the use of that programming language? Why do we prefer, why that programming language is important for our computer science? Computer means IT sector you can say. So first of all I would say about the little introduction about the programming language. Basically why do we need that programming language? Programming language. So basically in programming language, while writing some program, why it is necessary for a computer? As since means when we have started our online classes, when we have started our courses, from that time to till now also means lot of discussions, lot of different things, lot of different problems. Also already we have question and answer actually already solved, already so many tests also has been conducted. You guys definitely, I hope so, all of you would be definitely, you will be aware of the computers. So why programming language is necessary for a computer? Because one thing I will make it clear. So why, suppose if we guys are like human beings are there, and that is computer system, that is hardware. So what, suppose if we people, suppose we want to talk, we communicate, interact with somebody else, we need some language, we need some different languages, like some local languages are there, Marathi, Hindi, whatever, different languages. So then we can, Hindi is there, English is there, Marathi is there, different languages are there. For human being to communicate with another person, communicate with anybody, just we need some language. So like in computer also, it requires some language, it requires a communication language. So to communicate with that system, communicate with that another system, it needs user, like we people need some language. Through that language we can communicate, we can interact with that system very easily. So then that computer also needs some programming language. In that language, the user will communicate, user will write some code, then it will communicate with the languages. So then and then only that computer requires programming language. So in this QBasic also one of the programming concepts, one of the programming language. In that language is what? That user like you, like us, what we will perform, what we will do in that, just we will write some program in a QBasic and then we can compile it, then we can execute it, run it, then we can give it some design, means how we are trying to get that output, just we will get that output. So in this similar fashion also in that QBasic also, there are the different concepts, there are the different fundamentals which is being associated with that QBasic. Different programming languages having their different fundamentals, and all to learn any programming language, that fundamentals is must. So what all fundamentals actually that programming or different programming languages have, that fundamentals just we have to cover up, we have to go through all those fundamentals. Then it will become very easy for the user, it will become very easy for the operators, it will become very easy for the developers or software engineers. They can learn any language, any programming language very easy. So in this QBasic programming language, basically in our chapter actually looping statements in a QBasic, this is our chapter name. So in this chapter just we have to study about the different looping structure, looping statements, different loops basically we have to learn in this chapter, and what is the function, how to write some program with the help of that looping statement. So as all of you might have idea about the looping statements in other programming languages like C, C++, Java also. So Python programming is there, HTML programming is there, COBOL programming is there, so many different programming is there available in the market. But basically that Java programming basically is a fully object-oriented programming language, and this is used for the name what means where how that internet has been get invented. Internet has been get so popularized in the market. So for the sake of that purpose only, that is specialized or specific language that is being get developed, that is the Java programming language. So in the same manner, the C++ programming also some looping statements are there in the C++. In Java also same concepts are there. And then C also, C and all of you know actually that C is of the procedural oriented programming language. So that C concepts also have the looping statements. and that the different programming languages have the different looping statements, and by using that looping statements, just we can write some code, we can write some program, and then we can execute this, then we can run it. So in this looping statements, basically what the user will perform, they can draw, they can design some flow charts, and in that flow charts, what in looping actually means what the user does, actually the repetition of the one statement, repetition of the one program, one line again and again. So it takes lot of times, lot of memory wastage, time consuming also. So there are the different objectives of that looping statement. This is the major objective. Means once you write some code, without looping, if we are writing, means one statement, if it is coming, you have to write more than 300 times or 400 times. Then you have the user, our programmer has to write 500 times that statement. So it means it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of memory also. So wastage of time also, wastage of memory also. So this is the basic objectives. So overcome the problem of this repetition, that looping statements comes in existence, that looping statements comes in picture. And in that looping statement, basically it's been getting classified into 4 types. First of all, it is an initialization part. First means what the user will try to do. It will initialize the part, means it will initialize the different variables. Means what all the variables that program requires. Actually from that assumption only they have to take the variables. Means how, which type of program that user is trying to write. With the help of that one only they can initialize the part. And then once they have initialization part is getting over, the conditional expression is what all conditions are getting used in that program. Actually they have to mention that condition. Different looping statements like for loop, while loop. There are the exit control statements and entry control statements. So 2 types of statements are available. So actually you don't have to go in deep about all these parts like exit control, entry control statements. Multiple things are there, lot of things are there. So you should not be so bothered, you should not be so curious about to learn all those things. What we have, that is actually we have to put efforts on it, we have to put our focus on it, then we will study. So in that means once our initialization part will get over, then we will move to the conditional expression. At the conditional expressions will be get over finished, then we have some updation part will be there. Updation means how the user is trying to increment the value of x. So suppose some x variables actually we have taken and just we have to increment, means that control means will increment x equal to x plus 1, like this x value. Initially suppose if we are provided the x value equal to 0, the next time is automatically it will be get incremented by 1. So and then last step just we have, there is the body of the part. So in that body its main concept, what is the function, what is the purpose of writing that program, just we will mention that in that body of the program. So basically as the flow chart of that any programming flow chart of the looping statements, LCD loop control variable, actually loop control statements or variable here. Just we have a loop on that loop control variables, and in that variables these are the 4 steps just we are performing, and condition, and then finally the body of the loop and condition. There would be the 2 condition states, with either the condition is false, either that condition is true. If the condition is true, then the control will switch to the initialization part of that. Again, that execution of the program will be getting started. And if this condition is false, then that control will switch out. Control will terminate from that, and then it will stop the execution of the program. So as in a flow chart as all of you, suppose if you don't have idea what is flow chart is nothing but while we writing some program, while we writing some code, So it is a step-by-step process, or it is a step-by-step procedure. Means what process or what procedure just we are following to write some program. So by reflecting, by debating with the help of that flowchart, and it will very become easy. It will very become simple for the programmer also, for the daily user also. They can analyze, they can look at the flowchart. They can analyze very easily. Means what is the main objectives of that program. With the help of that one, just he can analyze, he can find out very easily why, for what purpose, what is the use, and finally what output just we are going to get with this program. So in this QBasic program, basically 4 types of loops are available. Just we have to discuss about the different loops in a QBasic. So that is counter method. First loop we have, that is counter method, and next we have for next method, one more method for next loop we have second one, and for while w in loop, and last one is do loop. Actually basically in our QBasic we have 4 types of loops available: counter method loop, while w in loop, and for next loop and do loop. So by using that loops, different loops in a QBasic, just we will see the different functionality of the different loops one by one, and then we will get more clarity on the different loops, means how that types of loops, how that counter method loops are functioning, how that for loop, while w loop are working, how that for next loop is functioning. So different functioning of the, so basically means overall concept just we will have about the looping statements to overcome the limitation of the program. To overcome the limitation of one statement, just we will use that loop. So by using that loop, one statement would be get repeated, means how many times it requires, we want which it will be get repeated. According to your requirements, suppose if you are initializing like it should be get repeated for more than 300 times, more than 400 times, it will be get repeated. Automatically control will be repeating. Means this process will be get repeated unless and until that condition will be get satisfied. Once that condition will be, means it will be crossing the limit of that one, then the control will switch off or terminate from the program, and it will stop from the execution of the program. So in this session, in this video, just we have get an introduction, we have get an idea about the looping statement, and that there are the different types of looping statements we have, and we have to study about the statements one by one individually in the further classes. In the further video, we have get an idea, we have get a different discussion, we have get a different explanation in the coming videos. Okay, thanks a lot.